this situation is just, you should have kept your bitch in check. And it's not, you shouldn't have cheated. It's, you should have kept your wife's mouth shut.
The government official that mandated is also probably cheating.
I think they're trying to show you that, like, this is what happens when you don't keep your household in order.
Yeah. Keep your bitch in check, dog. Welcome back to another exciting episode of The Careful Boys, where let's clap for Nick, guys. I just like clapping for Nick.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Let's clap for you guys.
Well, it ruined my transition, but I was just gonna say, because we're gonna be talking about some China stuff, China social media stuff, and even some China law stuff. So there's this chick.
Bart's here too, though. He's here for that.
我是中国人.
Hey, this is true. He is a 中国人, right?
You speak better Mandarin than I could ever.
Mine's like the white guy in Pearl Harbor.
牛肉面.
I like Nero, man.
It's delicious.
No, meow.
Some apple.
Some apple.
That's the extent of my Chinese. Suyang. All right. So there's this chick, Na Jia Chongshen or whatever on Doyin, which is their Chinese TikTok. She's been going online recently because she's had to, by way of government ruling, issue a series of apologies to her husband, who was cheating on her for 5 years, and that's been completely acknowledged and disclosed.
She's sorry that he cheated?
Government mandated apology.
She's apologizing because when she found out, she went online and she told people that this was going on.
Oh, she outed him?
Yeah.
Is she like considered an influencer, or she's just like a regular person that was like, I want to put this out there?
Well, she's definitely an influencer now. As in, she shot up to like past 800,000 followers. But at the time, I think she did have like tens of thousands.
Okay, so she had like a following. I see.
On top of that, too, the actual husband of hers like works at like a larger company as well. And they have their like, you got to save face for the brand of this like public company and stuff like that as well. So that's kind of a huge thing.
Wait, so she's got to say sorry because she talked about how she got cheated?
Yeah.
But you said the government forced her to.
Because she made that company look bad, probably, which probably hurts business or something.
Because they run on social credit.
Oh, I don't know. Because, different countries got different shame rules, Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird.
So the wife alleged that her husband had engaged in a 5-year extramarital relationship with a married female colleague, which is very, very wrong on both sides. Like, just even like the sanctity of marriage, and then the other person also is married. It's like extra bad.
Working late hours at the office.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Just for extra credit.
So the videos that were posted in compliance with the court ruling that required her to issue a public apology to him and his colleague after she, beginning in September of 2025, publicly disclosed their names, workplace info, and spending records. Disclosures the court found constituted an infringement to their right to reputation.
Right to reputation is interesting.
Wow.
Though the court ruled that while extramarital affairs fall within the realm of morality, she exceeded the bounds of legitimate rights protection by publicly posting others' personal information and unverified accusations of improper relationships on social media.
Oh, so it's like doxing and like saying shit before it's proven.
Yeah, thereby infringing upon others' right to reputation. The court ordered her to delete the relevant infringing content after judgment takes effect, issue a court-approved public apology on social media, and keep it posted for at least 15 days without deletion or removal.
Do you think it would be different if there was an actual court order and adultery was committed and then she made a video? You think that would be okay? Is the actual like a breaking of the law, and why she needs to apologize is because she jumped the gun?
It's very possible.
That's what it sounds like.
It sounds like the doxing, and you know how like things get out of hand online where it's just one-sided and then everyone believes them? It's kind of like some of the people that exploited the Me Too movement, where people got in trouble when it was like...
And the damages are irreversible.
Yeah, I actually like that.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, because I kind of like it, because here with internet, at least in America, since you can say whatever the fuck you want, you kind of jump the due diligence process where people are gathering evidence. You're hiring investigators to do all the work to figure out who's actually guilty or not. But then you just have an almost emotional court immediately, and then you have irreversible damage.
And then the news does that all the time, where they say a lot of fucking lies, and then they never really retract or correct themselves. And if they do, it's like it's just it gets buried, or like they post it, but no one, like the damage is done.
They don't do a report. They just do like a addendum thing.
Yeah, they're like, oh, actually, we fucked up with that. But then everyone believes the lie now.
Statistically, people go with the first thing they hear. So even if the truth comes out in their brain, it's just like, no, it's actually the first thing.
But I do think it's weird. I mean, I guess it's my American brain thinking like it's weird that the government has to be involved in these kind of things, right?
Unless it's one of those much darker, twisted things where they set precedents because they're like, oh, snap, this motherfucker got called out. I don't want to get called out.
The politicians? Yeah.
Government owns part of the company that the guy's involved in. They're like, fuck, that stock's going to go down? Oh, shit.
Or that's just how they want their society to roll, which I think is pretty cool to see other societies work that way.
Yeah, I think due diligence, like he said, where like you have to know for a fact and stuff like that, is important in our system. But like, you know, say she already knew for a fact, you know, she knows for a fact she's a social influencer. Say people are asking her like what's going on or whatever, then it's like, you know, I could see feeling compelled to go about the avenue in which you already communicate a lot of your life instances. Again, making huge assumptions, but still, there's that. But there's an oddity, and the reason why I bring that up is because she posts this public apology, but it sounds so like clearly you're not really apologetic. You're doing this because you have to, and that goes super viral.
That's cool.
And so she's starting to just post these apologies every day. Whoa. She's posting these dry-ass apologies.
So it's all sarcastic? So it's like, I'm doing it.
So it's garnishing a lot of attention. Nice. And it's kind of backfiring. So now even the company that this dude worked for, that like, even though this was going down because she was ordered to apologize for what she did, they basically like, you know, kind of had to still have his back, or like didn't worry about it. Maybe didn't want to break the chain of like workflow and stuff, and it wasn't worth it. But now that there's a lot of backlash, he's suspended.
I think I take it back because I know like because it was ruled a certain way in court, or it doesn't necessarily mean that was the correct thing that happened, because it could be like she violated like doxing this guy, so then she's guilty. But then she might actually be correct about the cheating and those allegations, right? But then they'll just focus on the court ruling of she wasn't actually right.
Yeah, it's like Diddy, like whatever he got guilty for. You're like, we saw Diddy beating Cassie's ass with our eyes. Yeah. I want battery in there, but it's not in there. So you're like, oh fuck.
So then if the Chinese courts work that way too, and how corrupt it can be, like in our court system, I think that's why the freedom of speech, where governments don't infringe on that, is probably the best. Because then now she could state her case and be like, what do you guys think? This is what happened. He could also state his case, because he'll have that freedom and go like, yeah. And all these other things like company policy, all that stuff, that's just what's happening in that company. That's a company culture. But it should never be a legal mandate where like a government goes, you must say this or else you're gonna go to jail or whatever. I just think the government should stay out of it.
It seems like China is pretty good at trying not to be like America, though.
Yeah.
You know, in the way that they don't want to put morality over economics, where it's like they probably don't want that slippery slope of like, this is more important than generating revenue at this company. That to them is probably the China way of like, do what you got to do. Don't get caught because you're going to fuck stuff up. But they don't want to give like more power to like, I feel like I was, you know, like wronged personally. Like, no, the thing that should be most important there is probably make money. Yeah. It feels like if you get in the way of that, then you're not going to win.
But that's just like the unwritten rule, right? Because then the way that they project the other side of it to keep.
Exactly, yeah. It's the unwritten, like, exactly, yeah.
Morality at the remember that era in China? I remember being directly in China during this one time for a different job. And then what had happened was one of the winners of like Street Rap of China or something like that from the crew, hip hop representative type of dude, tattoos and everything like that, ended up cheating with some other chick that was married, an actress, another famous person, high profile in some way, but she also was like married, I think had kids or whatever. I might be inflating this. China's still number one.
You know what it is.
But like, because that was such a public thing, to reprimand or to set like a tone on like how burdensome this whole type of thing is. They basically banned hip hop. So the a different TV show I was working on during that time when that had come out, literally that morning in my hotel, some people had to come. They had to cover all my ink and tattoos because tattoos were like affiliated with hip hop, and all music was taken down from streaming services from that crew, and all hip hop was taken off of TV that was like being produced at that time. And it was just a violent kind of reaction or response to something for the sake of being like, this is not acceptable in our entire land, even though maybe like maybe that hurts profits more than, it hurts morality. Maybe because of that look, like people like her as a celebrity artist have to get dropped from all these brands, and then the commerce and the backlash and the blah blah blah. Like it just goes so far with why it's wrong.
That's the Chinese version of like, oh, you don't want to do your homework, and they take a baseball bat to your computer.
I'm willing to bet that for how China sees it, or Asia in general. I think in America, in the Western world, we try really hard to put people's feelings first and stuff. Mm-hmm. In Asia, for sure, I'm willing to bet this situation is just, you should have kept your bitch in check. And it's not, you shouldn't have cheated. It's, you should have kept your wife's mouth shut. And I really think that's what it's about. I think they're trying to show you that, like, this is what happens when you don't keep your household in order. Yeah.
The government official that mandated is also probably cheating.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's probably less of a concern not to cheat.
Let's not just don't let the shame come out. Just control your shit.
Whatever shame you want, just keep it under control.
That's why we have a lower divorce rate as a minority in America. Asians.
Really?
I'm not saying we're more happy. I'm saying everybody just has to keep each other in check.
Yeah, just fucking chill out, dude.
I think it's because they put duty above personal feelings.
Well, yeah, that's the real answer.
Yeah.
We're trying to be cool, man.
Trying to keep your bitch in check, dog.
Yeah. We're trying to be street, dog.
There's a difference between cultures. I think the clear difference is like in America, it's more like, oh man, you got wronged, you need justice, right? Individual. But Asia is way more collective. So if I put on my Asian brain, I'm like, oh wait, but she wasn't being considerate of all the innocent people working at this company, and now it's damaged and the reputation's ruined, and then now she's affecting all of these people because of your in-house drama bullshit that you're bringing out into the world. And I think that's more like Asian morality of like, you're so selfish that you want to air out this drama, and it's like, what does the CEO have to do with this? Now he has to deal with extra burdens because you're bringing that kind of shit to this company. And I was like, oh shit. So if you think of it from that moral stance, it's like, that's when they're like, bitch, what's wrong with you? And then it's like, instead of, oh, how horrible this happened to you.
I think the Western world would see it more like, oh, she's getting her like justice now because the guy got suspended. Yeah. That's not what it is.
Yeah, it's not.
Remember like the Coldplay thing? Because I think when I hear this, I think of the Coldplay incident. Yeah. And well, look what happened to the wife of the guy.
Exactly. Yeah. Like they become stars.
100%.
In America, you get rewarded for cheating
because you stood up to you stood up against whatever he was doing.
Honestly, just over time is just going to promote more broken families.
But it's different in the States. I think people don't see that consequence, right? So then it's like, you could cheat, you could go viral, you could be on a podcast after you cheat, whatever. But in China or Asia, it's completely different.
Maybe that's like the true success of communism. They're like, oh, he cheated on you? Welcome to the club.
I just think they see things differently when it comes to ethics, for sure.
But like in America, like I'm sure behind closed doors, he was a CEO of like, what was like a astronomy company or whatever the fuck, right?
It's called astronomy.
Okay, yeah. You know, his guys, his bosses are like, what the fuck are you doing this? You fucking dumbass. Yeah. Now we have to say, we have no affiliation. You know, like they have to make their statement. They have to do exactly. They're like, get the fuck out of here.
And it's all just like media shit too, right? It's like, okay, cool. You step down. So this is just how much you're getting paid to consult.
Yeah. It's all formalities.
Yeah. We'll replace him with that. You stand in line for this.
But look at Hillary Clinton when that happened with her. She became like a hero after that.
Because she stood by him.
A true woman.
Yeah.
The ultimate PR move.
He did lose his presidency.
He had a good run though, huh?
His life didn't get any worse though.
That's true. He had a solid run. He stayed in politics.
His life is probably even sicker now.
Yeah. I have all this free time now.